What's the best purchase you've ever made? Not exactly a purchase, but we were at the tail end of a 32-hour road trip with our 5 kids ages 5 to 15 years old at the time. I love them, but I needed silence. I bribed them with $1 for whoever could be quiet the longest. I thought I'd buy myself perhaps 5 minutes of quiet tops before someone breathed someone else's air. Nope. Complete silence for just over an hour until we pulled into our destination. I declared them all winners, so they all got $1. By far the best $5 I've ever spent. LASIK eye surgery. I got my dog for $20 from some meth head 7 years ago. Bought a Breville Barista Express espresso machine 5+ years ago. I drink at least 2 Americanas a day. It has never failed in any way, shape or form. And at this point, has saved me approximately $11 billion at Starbucks over this time period. I absolutely love that machine. Moved to a new city last year. Best purchase I made was 4 months ago. Upgraded from a twin to a full-size mattress. So much nicer. Edit. I never thought a comment about mattresses would get so many upvotes. Thank you. Wait till you try a queen. Wait till you try a king. Actually not if you have kids. It's just an open invitation to meander in our bed in the middle of the night. There's plenty of room. It'll just slide in the middle and kick mom all night. Headphones with active noise cancelling. My commute has changed so much. My car. It isn't even that great. 96 Camry. But going many years without a car was a daily struggle. Now I can get anywhere I need to without having to bother friends and family. Something as simple as grocery shopping went from being embarrassingly difficult to not a big deal. Edit. Till my car is amazing, and I should appreciate it even more than before. 90s Toyotas are very dependable. Granny panties 100% unsexy, but 100% oh so comfortable. I shared this before, but I don't think anything will ever beat this purchase. When I was about 10 years old, my parents and I were in our backyard clearing out a ton of weeds that had gotten out of hand. I had trouble focusing because our next door neighbor had this really adorable puppy and all I wanted to do was play with him. We found out that they were actually going to take him to an animal shelter because their son was not taking care of him like he promised. I decided to ask my parents if maybe we could get him instead. I was an only child and never really have anyone to play with unless a friend would come over, and the thought of having a puppy to play with whenever I wanted to was great. My parents agreed, and our neighbors offered to sell him to us for $20, which is really cheap for a dog when you think about it, but a lot of money for a kid. I had that saved up and immediately agreed and promised I'd care for him and love him forever. So he became my puppy, and like a brother. After a few days of debating, I named him Snoopy. Snoopy became my closest friend. He made me laugh, played with me, and would just hang out and watch TV with me. He was always there for me, especially through some tough times in my life where I was extremely self-destructive. He saved me from myself. He was there at my side through tough breakups where all I ever wanted to do was lay in bed. He was an amazing friend. He was there to see me graduate 8th grade, high school, and college. I hoped he would be there on the day I got married, and maybe be around for when I had kids. But unfortunately, as much as we wish for things, sometimes they don't happen. This link, imgur.com/wrestling1 JPG \Zaz0 is the first picture of I have of us together, and \Zaz0 left square bracket this link, imgur.com/GM9myIO JPG \Zaz0 is the last. He died 5 years ago after being by my side for almost 17 years. That little ball of fur in the first picture made such a huge impact on my life, bringing me years of happiness, friendship, and love. I broke up with my HS sweetheart near graduation for reasons. She got a new boyfriend and I a new girlfriend. Mine didn't last but 2 weeks. Months go by. I started college, and we remained in touch. I missed being with her, and as our initial anniversary date neared, I knew she was single again. So on that day I dropped by her job as a supermarket cashier and bought a pack of gum. As she rang me up, I asked her if we could get back together. She said maybe, but would call me later. Of course she said yes, and we've been together ever since. Got married and have 2 kids. Easily the best $1.07 I ever spent. Memory foam pillow. My house. It's appreciated in value by like $150k since I bought it 5 years ago. Global entry. Worth it for that separate check. Not that amusing it these days. The food and fees for the medically supervised diet I'm on right now. I've lost 121 pounds so far and only have 36 to get to my goal. I feel so happy with myself and very proud that I've managed to do this. And of course I already look damn good. I started at a size 26 and I'm a size 14 now. There's so many small and large benefits I've noticed from being a ton thinner. From no longer worrying about being able to fit in chairs, to simply being more comfortable in my own skin. Therapy. I had to save up, and it's a substantial portion of my paycheck each month. But it's changed my life. My vibrator honestly haha. A weighted blanket. My divorce. I didn't even know how miserable it was until one day I was planning how I could successfully abandon my whole life. I was going to apply for jobs across the country. I was mentally making lists of what I could fit in the car with the dogs so I could ghost. I was going to abandon the house I just bought. Figured my parents would disown me based on their anti-divorce stance and years of telling me marriage is forever. You vowed good times and bad. I was going to change my number so no one would know where I was. Started trying to figure out how I could save the deposit for an apt. I would stay married, but live separately, and it just start life over as if I was an orphan. Had this moment of clarity that to go through all that to get away from him, I should just divorce him anyway. My parents didn't have to live with him, and it was worth severing ties with them to get away from him. Why was I giving up the home it bought, and the life it made? Things came to a head one day. The next week I had a consultation with a lawyer. Took off work so as not to rouse suspicion. He told me I could think about it, and I was like, dude, I've done nothing but. Here's my CC. I called my mom on the way home and let her know. I was expecting we're disowning you, and was shocked and in tears when she said that she had been wrong. If it was that bad they would support me and help me pay the lawyer fees. I hung up with her. My dad called me not 2 minutes later and said it was about time. I was expecting this but a divorce Anne. When I broke it to him as like him going to let you go. We had an uncontested divorce. I gave him a, as my lawyer phrased it, overly fair settlement. It's been 8 years. I'm still paying off the divorce settlement. But I'm in a better place mentally, a better relationship, and it was worth getting out of an extremely toxic, emotionally abusive relationship. Condom. 18 pack of toilet paper a month before the pandemic began. Laptop for my younger brother and his wife. They didn't have much money and really needed one. Started breaking down crying in Starbucks. Made me start tearing up as well. Invisalign. I got so much more self-confidence and general happiness when I wasn't embarrassed to smile anymore. An electric kettle. Me too. Never knew I needed one until I stayed at an Airbnb that had one. When I was 23, I got let go from my job as a groundskeeper while on unemployment. I bought a $2 scratch-off ticket. Turned out, I won $2,500. I used that money to purchase the parts to build a gaming PC, which I had no experience with. After buying all the parts, and with a little help with wiring, I found a love for computers and how they work. I'm now working at an engineer level at my current job, and am doing very well mentally, which I was not before that $2 scratch-off purchase. Graduate school. Switched from an undergrad of microbiology to computer science masters. I've worked for some of the top companies in the world, done some pretty cool stuff, and had a lot of fun along the way. Far and away the best purchase in 2 years of my life. Brought a girl some chips fries for you Americans. Been together 4 years next month. My bed. I purchased a pizza shop in 1999. I grew it to 4 pizza shops and then sold them all. I now own 8 restaurants in another concept and am financially set. Air fryer. An iPad Pro for my art. A guitar. If you give it some time, any instrument can be great. It's calming and stress relieving. A DNA test. I found my relatives. My dad was adopted. Clit growing cream. SX is so much better now. I'd recommend it to all women. r/grow your clit. Home gym. Like this video and this good boy will be your mailman forever. We are Redditation. And we Redditate every day. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. Until then, check another video. Or don't. Either way, have a wonderful day you magnificent people.